Hey brewers and beer lovers, Jake with superbrewers.com with the next 2015 Hop Experiment beer. This one was made by Josh. His channel is Northern Accent, and he did the single hop IPA with Dorado. And I didn't do a ton of research into the hop. I've kind of tried to not read too much marketing material to get preconceived ideas of what I'm tasting and stuff. The main things I did notice is it's considered a dual purpose hop, so it's supposed to be good for providing both bitterness as well as flavor and aroma. And it's supposed to have kind of melony stone fruit characters, which is pretty generic. After one of my last videos, Josh said he was looking forward to my review, which apparently he hasn't watched too many of mine because I don't know what he's expecting, but it's going to be fun. So if I can get this bottle opener to work. So this beer was bottle conditioned. I know I bottled mine off the keg, which didn't seem to work. The carbonation seemed to vary a lot. This had a nice hiss when I opened it. Looks like it's going to be well carbonated. Yeah, pours nice. Ooh, it's getting kind of I'm getting like pineapple aroma almost, with a background, just a hint of like citrus and berries mixed together, kind of almost like a fruit salad. Color's nice, that pretty consistent golden color. I think I poured a little bit of yeast from the bottle in here, that's why it's cloudy. But yeah, it smells great. The citrus aromas are coming out more strongly. Yeah, it's like if you smell a bag of oranges before they've been peeled, the aroma you get off the rind is kind of what I'm getting, where it's definitely a fresh fruit aroma. I'm almost getting like hints of Centennial in the aroma as well. And in the background there's a little bit of dankness, like super ripe fruit, like right on the edge of where you'd consider it edible. But I mean, I really enjoy that in hop flavors where it's a little more well developed than just one note. So let's get a taste. It's got a nice fruit candy note up front. Kind of reminds me of the old clear Lifesavers, where I think they were supposed to be pineapple, but it didn't quite taste like pineapple. I'm getting some of that. Getting a really firm, dry bitterness in the finish in a good way. I know I've been saying that in a lot of my videos, but it's a very assertive bitterness, and it's really clean. I don't think it's any sort of off flavor. I think it's just when there's a lot of hop bitterness without any other flavors for it to play off of, it comes across like, I drink a lot of water out of my stainless steel cup, especially when I'm out working out. That's why I'm sweaty. But there's just a hint of like metallicness in it, even though it doesn't really carry over. And that's kind of the same flavor I'm getting in the finish of this beer. Really good. You did a great job controlling the fermentation. There's no obvious like clove or banana or other strong yeast characteristics that would be a sign of a poorly managed ferment. Man, every beer that I've tasted so far in this experiment has been well brewed. No noticeable flaws. Some of the hops have been more interesting than others. This, I would say, is one of the more interesting hops because it's got all that fruit character up front. And then through the middle, I can see where people would say like berry and watermelon, but then as that fades away, there's just a firm bitterness that, to me, if anything, is just a hint, almost peppery in the finish. But again, I'm that might just be how my palate is interpreting that really firm bitterness in the finish. These beers are crazy bitter, but I also think that there's enough backbone in the recipe to make it seem not as bitter as they actually are. But this one, the El Dorado hop specifically, I would use this. I think this would be really great, like in an IPA with another hop to play with, maybe something a little more like one note, either citrus. I think would be good, like a Centennial or a Cascade. Maybe with something with a little more earthiness in it. I think it would be good with Dr. Rudy in an IPA. On its own, I think it would be a great hop in a darker beer, like a port. I don't think in a stout necessarily, but I think in a porter, I think this would be a great hop for that. Could also play really well with like a clovey, peppery Belgian or Saison yeast. Yeah, man, Josh, great beer. I know you were worried about what people would say. I don't think there's anything wrong with your process. Just trying to figure out if there's anything I noticed that would be an indication of anything you should change. If anything, I think the problem that needs to be solved is I only got one bottle of it, and so I might have to arrange to meet you to get some more. But yeah, no, a great beer, Josh. You did a great job. I know one of the things you commented about was that the hop flavor doesn't seem as crisp or sharp as other IPAs you've tried. I know you're looking into your water chemistry. I'd be interested to see if that changes this. One of the challenges that I'm having with the beers right now is just I feel like the beers are at the point, you know, we're about a month after they were done fermenting and were packaged. And I think a lot of the things that would make it, the flavors more crisp, have started to drop out. Even in all of the other beers I've tried so far have kind of that same abrupt finish where, like with a fresh IPA, there's a lot more flavors that hang on through the end of the finish. But right now it's just kind of like you get the aroma when you're taking a drink, and then you get the flavor, and then all the flavor just kind of drops off a cliff and you just have bitterness. And I've noticed that on the last 2 or 3 beers that I've tried from the experiment. So without having a side-by-side comparison, I don't notice anything wrong. I'm not sure you would need to adjust your water, but I'd be curious what your thoughts are after you've tried a beer with treating the water. So, but thanks for taking part. Great beer. Cheers, man. I look forward to meeting up with you soon, and hopefully we can trade some different beers.